We got a busy bit of news today, starting with unfortunate news, and that unfortunate news is that Johnny Gargano is currently projected to miss the Royal Rumble due to an AC joint sprain that he sustained, I believe, at a house show in Toronto. It is a semi-severe shoulder injury, not major severe. No surgery is going to be needed. It's just that the medical staff is getting it in Gargano's way to allow him to rejoin the active competitors to prevent the injury from getting any more severe. Johnny just hopes that he is able to compete at the Royal Rumble because right now it doesn't seem too good for Johnny competing at the Rumble because of the injury. But I will keep you guys up to date on that as well. Johnny Gargano missing from the Royal Rumble would be a big deal because, well, Johnny's somebody that you would have hoped to have seen in the Royal Rumble and maybe extend some of his potential that he was showing because he had a lot of potential left on the table in his WWE run due to being not even being terminated. He actually walked away. I do believe he walked away soon after Triple H's health scare, and right after the rebranding of NXT. So he walked away from his contract to be a father. But either way, no matter the reason, he still did leave potential on the table as far as his WWE run was concerned. And him missing the Royal Rumble would, again, be him leaving potential on the table. I'm not saying that will be a marker for his run, but the Royal Rumble without both Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano due to injury would be an unfortunate side effect of the type of work these two men do, that neither one of them would be able to be in the Royal Rumble, making their, I believe, at least for Ciampa, it would be his Royal Rumble debut. I'm not sure with Gargano, though. But speaking of the Royal Rumble, it has been rumored for weeks and months at this point that Edge may be making his return at the Royal Rumble to continue his feud with Finn Balor, as it was reported by a variety of outlets, as it has been reported by a variety of news outlets at this point. It has been said that there is no guarantee what Edge will be doing, as until WWE announces it officially, the rumors will be rumors and without question not confirmed. But currently WWE has it penciled in that Edge will somehow, some way continue his feud with Finn Balor. A few weeks ago, it was rumored that Finn and Edge would be fighting in a Hell in a Cell match at Royal Rumble. But there was never any confirmation on that fact that Edge and Finn Balor would be competing in a Hell in a Cell match. That's never happened before. At Royal Rumble, especially now that the rumor has it that Edge and his wife Beth Phoenix would be teaming up together against Finn Balor and Finn Balor and Beth Phoenix against Edge and Beth Phoenix. Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley against Edge and Beth Phoenix at Elimination Chamber. If that is the case, mind you, the site for Elimination Chamber is Montreal, and WWE does like having Edge compete in Canada. But the fact of the matter is, if Edge and Finn are going to be competing in a mixed tag team match at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, I think including Edge in the Royal Rumble in some way would be better than having a one-on-one match between Edge and Finn at the Royal Rumble to then have the mixed tag team match at Elimination Chamber. Because then why would you have back-to-back, why not why have the singles match at Royal Rumble and then the mixed tag team match at Elimination Chamber unless you plan on having Elimination Chamber be the blow-off, or you have the Royal Rumble end in a non-finish and have it not be a gimmick match, and then you save the gimmick match for WrestleMania. But it really depends on where they want to go with Edge and Finn Balor's feud and when they want to finish it, because, no offense, I've been enjoying the feud, and I think it's gotten better, but it's got to end eventually because it can't go on forever. But that's something to talk about because Edge is, either way, coming back at some point. But speaking of the Judgment Day, and this is probably by far the best segue I've had since I started doing the news videos, the Judgment Day won a tag team turmoil last night on Raw to become #1 contenders for the tag team championships. This is actually the first chance that the Judgment Day have had at championship gold since Finn Balor was United States champion, which I don't even think, to my knowledge, Finn Balor was United States champion as a member of the Judgment Day. So it's basically I said it in an article on the website a few months ago when the Judgment Day first started, and when Dominic first joined the Judgment Day, that the best bet for Dominic would be to put him in a tag team with either Damian Priest or Finn Balor to allow him to better himself as a performer in a tag team, as opposed to putting the pressure on him as a single superstar. I know you would have thought I would have learned my lesson last time, but I did it again. But it's pretty obvious to me that Finn Balor and Damian Priest are the ones that are going to challenge the Usos. The one thing that's worth noting, though, is that the Judgment Day are challenging for the Raw tag team titles, not the tag team titles. So it is possible that by the end of 2023, WWE has both the World Championships and the tag team titles split up again. I, for one, think that it would be better off if WWE kept the tag team titles together as opposed to splitting them up, because I think it would prompt to the health of the division, or point to the health of the division, keeping them together as opposed to splitting them up. Because having one tag team titles instead of two allows for a bigger division, because then the division can be where the champions go between Raw and SmackDown, as opposed to having one champion in a smaller two champions in smaller divisions. Since we have spent most of this video talking about returns, one return that has been rumored for months at this point, and according to various news sources again, it is that Chelsea Green has actually re-signed with the WWE and is just awaiting creative. Chelsea Green was one of the people that had been rumored to be returning to the company, and, well, it brought a lot of rumors within that, because of her husband, Matt Cardona, being a long-tenured WWE employee and somebody that has broken through on the indies since his WWE departure. And that brought up questions of not just Chelsea Green returning, but Matt Cardona. I, for one, believe that Chelsea Green will be one of the surprise entrants, or could be one of the surprise entrants in the Royal Rumble match, if anything. But the question is, where does this leave Matt Cardona? And I think that the best place that it leaves Matt Cardona is coming back soon. But the only way I think Matt Cardona comes back is if he is Matt Cardona and not if he is Zack Ryder. Which I think with Triple H in power and still under control of creative, that Matt Cardona will come back as Matt Cardona and not Zack Ryder, that Zack Ryder is 100% gone for good. The character. As far as anything else is concerned, I think that the Royal Rumble is the perfect time for Chelsea Green to come back and also Matt Cardona, even if it is a one-off. I think it would be better. I think it's the best time possible for them to come back. That being the Royal Rumble match, because it is the one time that people are expecting surprises and hoping for surprises. Not to say that people ain't hoping for surprises all throughout the year, but I think surprises in the Rumble are a lot more well received than a random episode of Raw. As far as everything else is concerned, just to recap, Edge will be returning very soon, either at the Royal Rumble or soon after. The Judgment Day will be challenging. Actually, that's a good point. I don't. Either they're challenging him for the next episode on the next episode of Raw, or very soon, because I don't know when they're challenging for the belts because it wasn't made clear when I was reading through the story. But I'm sure they're probably challenging them very, very soon for the tag team titles. Johnny Gargano's injury may keep him out of the Royal Rumble, and Chelsea Green is returning. She is just awaiting a creative direction and probably assignment to a specific brand, because right now, who knows what brand she'll be on, if she is on one. If she is on one, then who knows what brand that is, because we don't know. Well, I don't think she knows either, but she did mention NXT and go over her time in NXT, so it is possible that maybe NXT is where she gets assigned to start, and then she gets called up to the main roster. I think, if anything, it would be more likely she got called up to the main roster from the start, rather than assignment in NXT. And if it was me, I would look at bringing back Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona and letting him have the attitude that he has on the independents. But these have been my thoughts on wrestling and these specific topics in general. Let me know your thoughts on these topics and anything else you want to know down in the comment section below. With that being said, though, I will see you in the next video.